kind of before we get started, thanks for joining. And I wanted to see, what I can do to help you. I don't know everybody on this call, and I don't know where you are in your, in your practice. So tell me a little bit about yourself and kind of what you're hoping to gain from this program.
Lynn, I'll go ahead. This is Jill.
Hi,
I was
Jill.
just, hi. I was hoping to get, just kind of the ins and outs of, hey, this is Pivot. This is what one of the why I use this particular one over another one. I mean, I believe most of us, at least I am here in Texas, and I think we're focusing on Pivot today, but this is
Yeah, so we are focusing on Pivot. So last week, or the last 2 weeks, or well, 2 weeks ago, we did a product training on Pivot. So because, I don't want to put y'all through a product training every single week, we're going to do product trainings twice a month. And then 1 week out of the month, I'm going to focus on kind of the script and the Pivot program and the day-to-day things. And then today I was going to focus on kind of how to grow your business. So we can certainly talk more about Pivot in particular, but we do have the product training recorded where if you need a deep dive into the product, we can send you the link, or you can go on our microsite and get that product training we did a couple weeks ago with Letty.
right. And that's fine. I'm just, it's more of not necessarily the product itself, but as somebody that sells it often, why are you selling one particular plan over another?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a great, that's a great question. And I'll just kind of answer my personal opinion about that. I'm an independent agent and I've been doing this for a long time and I sell a lot of products. Pivot is what I'm in charge of for North American as far as carrier relationships and agent development. But I'm appointed with all the short-term medical carriers, and the reason I like Pivot is they are so easy to do business with. So there's a couple of things I think that really sets them apart. Number one is the ease of the underwriting and the application process. So when you're enrolling a client, it's so easy. You just go through those questions, and by the time you've gone through the questions, you have instant approval. With some of the other carriers, you're going to have to wait for underwriting to go through. The other thing is that Pivot has a pre-existing condition limitation like they all do, but they're not going to push back any claims until they have reached 50% of the chosen deductible. So what that means is if you write a short-term medical plan with them for a 5,000 deductible, they're just going to let any, doctor's appointments go through, anything go through until they've hit 2,500 in claims. So if you do, say, a choice plan that gives you a few doctor's visits, and let's say there's a pre-existing condition, let's say they have a thyroid condition or something happened and they're seeing a doctor a couple times a year just, for maintenance. Most carriers would kick that back because they'd say, okay, it's pre-existing. We see your medications. We know that, you have a thyroid condition because you're on this. So Pivot's just going to go ahead and pay the claim. They're not going to kick it back until, something major happens and the claims have exceeded $2,500 on a 5,000 deductible plan. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is, and I push them on that because I'm like, well, how do I know that that's really going to happen? And it is actually in the schedule of benefits. So if you have any written business on the books with Pivot, you can go into your agent portal, pull up one of your clients and pull up that, I think it's called the schedule of benefits. And at the end of that, an outline of coverage. At the very end, it explains that it's called a pre-existing condition allowance. Now, I wouldn't go to your clients, selling that up front, but just, you just know that they're not going to have a huge hassle when they, have a doctor's visit or something, happens related to a pre-existing condition. So, that's kind of a long answer to your question, but that's one of the reasons I like them. And if you price them against Allstate or Golden Rule, United Healthcare One, then you'll probably find that they're more competitively priced, for their short-term medical. So those are,
Really?
yes. Yeah, did somebody have a question? Okay, all right. Does anybody else have any questions or want to talk about what I can do to help them? Thank you, Jill, for speaking up. All right, so
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Samuel. Okay, Samuel, what's your question?
Yeah. Real quick, I just got a call earlier today, and the lady was in Texas. She was asking me about how she can find what doctor she can go to.
Okay.
Because
So yeah, so okay, sorry, I lost you for a second. It depends on the plan. In Texas, we don't have the plans that are the quantum plans that use the Cigna network. So in Texas, the plans are all reference-based pricing, which means they can go to any doctor. So what they do is they show their card, and if the doctor, they can call provider relations, or just like any other insurance card where somebody hands their insurance card, and that person at the front desk is going to have to contact the plan and see exactly how the plan covers that doctor's visit. So Pivot pays a multiple of the Medicare fee schedule. So if a doctor takes Medicare, then most likely they're going to take your Pivot plan and take what it pays, because it might pay 1.25% or 1.5, well, 1.5 times what Medicare fee schedule pays. Don't quote me on that. It's in the we have access to what it pays, but there's a document you can access on your portal as well, that the client can print out and take to their doctor's office, or they can just show their card. And so the doctor says, okay, well, yeah, we'll take, that multiple of the Medicare fee schedule. And then, your client's going to pay their copay. So the answer to that is they can really go anywhere. There's not a set network with these plans. All right. Does anybody else?
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So today I'm just going to go through this quick because, I realize that with the Pivot program, we have the leads, the live transfers, but we only have so many, right? So, if you're eligible for the live transfers, we're about to launch a few more other types of leads. It's not enough to pay your bills, right? I assume that all of you on this call are, independent agents, and you're growing your business and you need to have income from multiple sources. So this is one piece of the puzzle where you can get some free leads, and these are really good leads, but it may not be enough, for what you need to get by day to day. So I thought what I'd do today is kind of go through some of the things that we know work for under 65, building your business and your marketing plan, and go from there. So one of the things that I've done in the 10 years I've been selling insurance is I do a lot of stacking of plans. And we talk about this a lot at North American, but stacking does a couple of things. It helps you protect your client from out-of-pocket costs, and it earns you more money. So it's great that you can layer on the coverage to help protect your client from out-of-pocket exposure, and you're going to greatly increase your income as well. So, you know, I have a lot of clients that I might have three to five products on, to give them, you know, comprehensive coverage. So that's what I'd like to talk about today. I think that, let's see, I don't want to mess this up, but can you see the slides? Can everybody see the slides okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's just go through these. All right. So, you know, I've been in the business for a while, and I don't know, you know, if y'all are all new to the business, or if you've been in the business for a while, but after you've been in the business and you've built up, you know, your book of business, you know, you should be able to survive on a lot of inbound marketing, referrals and so forth. And that's pretty much what I do now. I keep my name out there, but pretty much I get tons of referrals, and I work with networking partners, and I do a lot of things that really don't cost me very much. So it's a great way to build your business and expand your clients. So, you know, I asked somebody this the other day, who's your center of influence? So I was a financial advisor 10 years ago, and worked for a big insurance company, and I just got really burned out working, you know, for one of the big boys, and I decided to go independent. So I networked initially with a lot of financial advisors. They all knew me from where I work. I worked for MetLife, and they didn't, you know, we didn't sell Medicare and under 65 insurance at MetLife. I just did life insurance. So I was a great networking resource for them and their clients. They knew that, you know, I was professional. I would take good care of their clients. So, you know, your center of influence can come from lots of different places. You know, I've worked with agents that are retired teachers or have left teaching. I have a great agent that is a nurse, and you know, so who are the people that you can network with that know you from your prior career or your prior businesses? And why don't y'all tell me what your background is a little bit? I mean, Samuel, would you tell me first, like, how long you've been in the business and what you did before? And everybody, I think, is on mute, so.
I'll go ahead and talk. This is Alejandro.
Hi,
Can
Alejandro.
you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been in the business since I says 2009, and I've been mainly doing. I did health insurance. I did life insurance for like the first 8 years, and that was great. Now I'm doing health insurance also, but now I'm getting ready to go into my practice full time, and I want to get back into the life side of it. And just like you were saying, I want to start offering my clients that I have, being able to stack things on what they have to give them better coverage. So coming here, watching this product, I never even heard of this product. So, you know, because every time y'all have a meeting, I'm always busy doing something else. So this is the first time I had a chance to get in to listen to this. So hopefully I'll pick up some nuggets and some additional ideas that will be able to help me.
Oh, great. Yeah. Well, let me know too. We can send you a recording of the pivot training that's very comprehensive. And so it's just something where you can kind of probably watch it once and then you should be good to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate that.
Thanks for sharing that. Your career and mine is very similar. All right.
This is Johnny Cunningham. Can you hear me?
Oh, hey, Johnny, how are you?
Just fine. I've been in the business for this will be since 2008, so I'd be 16 years. But prior to that, I was a teacher.
Okay.
I was in teaching, but I started out in insurance, selling just life insurance. And then back in like around 2016 is when I started being an independent, because I was captive at first, but I decided to go independent. And I've been in health insurance since then, health insurance, life insurance. I also do property and casualty too. So I pretty much do everything right now.
Yeah, I think I know you because you've been with North American
Oh yeah, I've been with North
a
American for
while.
about
Yeah.
6 or 7 years now.
Yeah, and you've come to our conferences, right?
I haven't been to a conference yet, but I'm planning on coming to the one this summer.
Oh, good, good. Well, yeah, let's make sure we meet in person.
Sure.
Yeah, great.
But one of the things that um
Oops, you still there? I think we lost you.
Yeah, I think he froze.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
okay,
I think we're
can
back.
you hear me now?
Oh, yes, that's
There
better.
we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, kind of
Uh,
target would, find out the best way to I've sold a few of the short terms, and in fact it was from um Pivot Health also, but of course they don't have the anchor plan anymore, but I
Right.
sold some of those anchor plans. But
Oops. Keep losing you. All
okay, I'm
right.
back. I'm back.
Okay. It
Or
keeps
I don't know what's
freezing.
going on, but I'm here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm up here in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I don't know what's going on. It keeps bleeping out. That's pretty much what I was, being on this webinar for.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here today, Johnny.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Well, I'll just keep going. And if anybody has a question, feel free to stop me. And I apologize for my screen sharing. I'm so used to Zoom. I'm terrible at Microsoft meetings, but here we go. All right. So everybody can see my screen okay, hopefully. All right. All right. So these are some of the different types of customer acquisition marketing. I'm sure you're all familiar with these. I'll go through these pretty fast, but social media, email, your website. If you're into doing video, TikTok is great. Networking, event marketing, and radio, TV, billboards if you've got a huge budget. But networking, networking, networking. I think that's the key, and you can really do a lot with that.
Yes.
This is the business page of one of our other VPs, Stephen Weinberger. And if you're new to the business, and it sounds like most of y'all have been in the business for a while, so I won't go through things that you probably already are familiar with. But if you don't have a Facebook business page, there's no cost for that. You can set it up pretty easily, and it's a good inexpensive way to get your name out there. I have both Facebook and personal, of course, and I get more business off my personal Facebook page. So I would urge you to, not. I don't think I don't put a ton on my personal, but every once in a while, I'll put something that we would consider value added content. And I'm always surprised at how many of just my friends and my circle of influence just contact me through my personal Facebook page when they need something. So there's all sorts of things you can put information, like this is just a sample on how an HSA works, but I usually post, just important information about Medicare, or if there's something under 65, short-term medical, how you can find more affordable health insurance solutions than, possibly what's on the marketplace. A lot of people aren't getting a tax credit or subsidies. So, sometimes we can find a great solution for them outside of the marketplace, obviously. This is something that one of our longtime agents, Jackie Walter, she's up in the Northwest, and she's amazing on social media. So yeah, you can follow her page if you want somebody. He'll give you a lot of great examples on what to do, on your Instagram or Facebook or so forth. Jackie shares a lot of business information, but she's also extremely genuine in what she posts. She's a mother of 5. She started her business because she needed a new car, and so she just went into selling marketplace, and now she's one of the top marketplace agents in the country. After, I think she's only been in the business less than 5 years, but she's in a state, Oregon, where we really don't have short-term medical options up there, but she sells in other states as well. But just be relatable, be sincere, be genuine, and it can just help give you some credibility. This is a meme I used in one of my Instagram and on my business Facebook page, and just have some fun with it sometimes too, because most people are so stressed out about insurance and health insurance, and I call it insurance anxiety. So in some ways we're counselors as well, to help them understand that we can make their life easier. These are a few newsletters. The one in the center is mine, but 2 other agents that I've worked with for years do great newsletters, and I always get business when I put out my newsletter. And I have a very inexpensive. I mean, she charges me, I think, about $150 to do my newsletter. I supply the content, and she puts it together and gets it out through my MailChimp app, which I'm not very good at. But if you are able to do that yourself, great. Some CRMs make it easy to do. So depending on what you have, I definitely recommend doing a newsletter, even if you've been in the business for a while. If you're not doing one, it can really help generate a lot of business for you. This is some provider marketing that I do, mostly around annual enrollment period, but this is a doctor in Dallas that I've worked with for years, and he has a letter that he puts at his front desk every year. And I get calls from people that want to review their plan, and an updated version of this letter has me and a couple other agents, because he didn't want to seem like he was pushing just one agent. But there's all sorts of ways to get your doctors, your own personal doctors, to recommend you to their patients. Testimonials are great. I'm horrible at asking for testimonials, but a few years ago I did collect about 10 of them, and I've used those. But honestly, most people are happy to do it. You just need to remember to ask. Like, I remember someone was talking to me and thanking me for something I'd done for them, and they said all these really nice things, and I said, gosh, I I wish I had that in writing, thank you for, that wonderful compliment. Could you put that in an email that I can put on my website? They're like, sure, I'll do that. So, when they give you a compliment over the phone, just say something like that if you're uncomfortable asking. But after you do a good job for somebody, usually they're very appreciative. I also use the Calendly link. So I have this in my signature on my emails. It makes it easy for people to schedule. And I think I pay a little bit for mine, but you can get it for nothing. Automation is great if you have some carriers in addition to Pivot. You can do this with Pivot on, there's a self-enroll link that you can post on your website for people to shop and enroll. So Pivot has the ability for you to use automation, but it makes your life a lot easier if you can just send a link, or people shopping can come across your link, and next thing you know, you've got a sale and you haven't even done anything. So make it easy on yourself whenever you can, do automation or incorporate that into your business. It's wonderful. In fact, I'm working with someone right now to help me completely redo my CRM and incorporate a lot of automation, especially during the enrollment season when I'm spread so thin. So, whoops, sorry about that. Just some reasons why somebody should look at under 65 alternatives. As we know, less choices in the marketplace. Those of you that sell in Texas, we don't have any PPOs in Texas, and we haven't had any, gosh, I think it's been about 4 years since we've had a PPO. So, here, we do have people that don't have a lot of great options depending on where they live. So that can be a choice to look at alternatives. As we know, premiums have gotten pretty expensive in 2023 and 2024. Some of your clients, small business owners, may not qualify for tax credits. So we have plans that can be, 40 to 60% less than a marketplace plan. They have the freedom to see any doctor, any hospital because they use the reference-based pricing. They can sign up for this year-round. We can do some customized coverage. And, basically, if you have a client that's coming off of a group plan, you can position this as, hey, I know that you were used to having dental and vision, and, maybe you had a cancer plan, corporate style benefits, we can put that together for you. Most people, 42% say they're living paycheck to paycheck. So there are inexpensive ways that we can help if a critical illness or cancer strikes someone in your family. Yeah, average out-of-pocket cost for cancer, $40,000. And a lot of times this is for people that have insurance, but they may want to go out of network to go see a specialist at MD Anderson, or go for a clinical trial in another state. Your regional insurance plan doesn't cover that. So if you have a really good insurance plan, that can greatly help when those unexpected tragedies hit your family. Yeah, this is shocking to me. 62% of all bankruptcies are attributed to illness and medical bills. So do you have a plan that has some gaps in it? Swiss cheese, as Steven Weinberger likes to call it. So this is a proposal that I send, and I have it in a fillable format, but just to kind of give you an idea, we're talking about how you can protect your client better. So if you're not sometimes when you get these pivot leads, I realize that they're ready to go, and obviously you want to close that sale. But as you're building your business, if you run across an individual that is a good candidate for short-term medical, then I like to put together a full package. So of course, budget is always a concern, but if you're selling Pivot and you do say an economy plan, that's going to be the least expensive plan in most states. So let's say you do the highest deductible economy plan, and then they're protected in a catastrophic situation. That's always going to be a big concern. So then we're going to add to that a fixed benefit indemnity plan, and that might be Manhattan Life. So let's say you do the Manhattan Life Classic plan, very inexpensive to add that on depending on age. But even, someone in their 50 to 64 bracket, the lowest level plan is, it depends on the state, but I think it's less than $200. So you can add that on. And I look at, someone in their 50s and 60s, if they're looking at a full price marketplace plan, it's going to be probably $800 to $1,500, depending on the level of coverage. So if you can put a plan together for them with a high deductible short-term medical plan where they can go anywhere, and then you're adding on a Manhattan or Hooray Health indemnity plan, I've put packages together for people in their 60s for $500. So it can be done. But ideally, we want to add on some cancer. So it's pretty easy to check the box. If the Latitude plan is available, a lot of bang for the buck with that plan. So we'll do some trainings on the Latitude product and critical illness and accident plans in a future on a future call. But adding on those ancillary products greatly protects your client. Accident plan, really important to have that, especially if they have kids. Did somebody have a question? And then dental vision. I mean, we know that dental vision is one of the most requested products that we have, and it stays on the books. So, always try to, get dental and vision on there, and the pivot plans, if they have the dental and vision available in your state, there's a couple of different options for that. So, you should be able to add on something pretty affordable. And if the pivot dental products don't work, we've got other options as well. Manhattan Life has great dental products, and Emeritus, which is it's contracted under your pivot contracts. If you don't have the Emeritus Prime Star contract, let me know. We'll get that for you as well, because they have some really great products, and they're designed for, one is designed for under 65. It has like a teeth whitening benefit, LASIK benefit, and the other is designed for people on Medicare. So it has denture benefits and so forth. So pretty nice products, and the Emeritus network is excellent. All right, and lastly, I just wanted to say, if hopefully y'all are a member of our Facebook group. If you're not, please, if you're on Facebook, join our group. Great group, lots of experts on the group, a safe place to ask questions, and we'll keep you informed of things that are going on within North American and other opportunities with our other programs. But if you're on Facebook, it's North American Insurance Services Agent Group. It's a private group, so you're not going to your other friends aren't going to see anything that you post in here. And then our agent conference. So I know that some of you have been to our agent conference, or maybe just Johnny, but it's going to be at the Star in Frisco, which is where the Dallas Cowboys training facility is, and it's a beautiful resort and training facility. And tickets are inexpensive. They include all your food. You do have to travel here, of course, but we have a discounted rate at the Omni, and there's other less expensive hotels in the Star area that are, pretty affordable as well. If anybody is interested in this, let me know. Send me an email. My email's right here, and I can certainly send you more information or answer any questions privately, or if you want to talk to me about it. But I highly recommend it because we'll have tons of carriers that you can talk to, lots of different product lines, lots of training. We're going to have speakers on technology, building your business, lots of networking, breakout sessions, and so forth. So it's a lot of fun. And if you do the VIP ticket, we're going to have a private party at the Cowboys Club. You never know who you might see there. And maybe some of you aren't Cowboys fans. So, but even if you're not, it's still a lot of fun. We have a private tour of the Star, which has a lot of great history of the Cowboys and NFL. And last time I was doing that tour, some old Cowboys walked by. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a very it's a wonderful place to people watch, and lots to do there. Tons of restaurants and so forth. So, but that's pretty much all I have for us today. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you very much, Lynn.
And thank you. Can you send me the information? Do you have my email, or do I have to email you, or put my email in the chat?
Why don't you, if you would shoot me an email at the ltimm@na-insurance.com.
Okay, good.
And then I'll send everything to you.
Will do.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions?
So Lynn, I have a question about funneling. I don't know if you do a bunch of funneling or getting into funneling. I've been doing some price checks here, and they're pretty competitive, but I wanted to find out, if you do have a website and you are funneling, how many leads do you think you generate a month? Is it like one every other day? Because I've talked to a few other people, and I'm thinking about trying to funnel my business.
So I may be an idiot, but I'm not sure what funneling means.
So what you have to have is a website for your business to start off, is what I understand. And then, you go through like Facebook or Google Ads, and when they click on the link in, like, say, Facebook, it automatically takes you back to your Facebook or your web page. And then the web page, allows them to fill out forms. And the people that I've talked to says that, you generate 1 to 2 leads every other day. Now, I don't know what their closing for their month is, but, the people that I've checked, start off fee is like $3,000. And then you're paying anywhere from $400 to $500 a month, depending on what state you're in. But I'm in California. And so I don't know if you do any of that stuff. That's why I was asking.
I don't personally, but it sounds interesting. We do have someone we work with at North American who's kind of our SEO person. So I will ask her about that. And that might be a good topic. I mean, it's always interesting. I mean, obviously, social media and technology moves pretty quick. And I try to keep up with it as much as possible, but I'm not, I don't do a ton of, I would say, high tech things, SEO and so forth, just because I haven't really needed to, because my networking has been so strong. But yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in learning more about that, and I'll find out more about it.
Okay, thank you.
Is anybody else here doing that?
Yeah.
No.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, gosh, thank you everybody for being here today. If you have any questions or need anything from me, shoot me an email, and we should have Letty on our call next week. She may be talking about Hooray Health, which is the new indemnity plan that we've added to the Pivot product line. So anyway, y'all have a
Lynn-
great day. Oh, mhm.
One other question. Do you have a spot or a place that we could purchase Pivot leads instead of what we're just getting in for transfer leads?
Pivot is owned by healthcare.com. And so they're a branch of healthcare.com, which is a huge lead vendor. Their leads are, they vary, but I could, when we've bought leads from them for this program, they varied, because it kind of depends on, how many they get, and there's other call centers that they work with. So we're kind of in a round robin where we get X amount and the volume varies. But healthcare.com is a lead vendor, and, they would have, it wouldn't necessarily be just for Pivot, but if you were interested in, under 65 leads that, I could certainly send you a contact person there.
Yeah, if you could send me that info, that would be great.
Okay. And you've got my email. So will you shoot me an email?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Lynn.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a great day.